This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors.
What I thought I would do first, Rick, today, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and just run my monthly market update. For May of 2021, we're using April stats, of course, and these are all just single-family homes. That's all I ever really look at. That's because that's really what we do here at the Blankfeld Group. This month, currently available, we have 2,082. That's up just about 100 from last month. Inventory increased a little bit. Pending and contingents were 4,413. About the same as last month. Sold in the last 30 days, 3,449, about the same as last month. Months of inventory, 0.6, about a half a month's worth of inventory, just a little over 2 weeks worth of inventory right now.
Wow.
Average days on market, 28. Last year, interesting, available single-family homes, 6,416. So we're about a third of where we were last year in terms of available inventory. Pending and contingents were 2,412. Sold in that same 30-day period, 1,276. This is now we're in those early days of the pandemic. That's what that was.
Right.
And so the numbers were much different. Months of inventory. Then we had over 5 months worth of inventory at that point, and the average days on market then was 34. So I look at my charts. My first chart is my stack chart, which I like to use. This is single-family homes. This is number of sales month over month, year over year. And when we look at this, we can see that this year is set up to be a record year in terms of volume. We're doing huge numbers of closings on single-family homes, way ahead of last year. We're actually almost 2 months ahead of last year in terms of the volume already in May. And the next one is a chart that shows that we basically only have 0.6 months worth of inventory, which matches the figure I said to you. And you can see this goes back to 2009. And it just spikes. It goes up and down throughout this time, but it's been a steady trend down since early last year. And that's basically because the market's just been really, really hot. Lots of people moving to Las Vegas. The single-family home prices. This chart shows the average and median prices of single-family homes. We are breaking records. And I want to come back, and Rick and I are going to talk about that after I do the market update. But I think it's important to understand that we're way overdue on breaking these records. Way overdue. This chart goes back to 2000. And if you were to draw a line from 2000 to now, you'd find out that the average appreciation over that time frame was about 3 to 4%, which is where we'd love it to be. We're right on course. We're not, quote unquote, overpriced at this point. Then it's interesting, vertical and high-rise closings. This is something I wanted to share with you. I don't normally share this, but I thought it was important to share it because they're on fire right now. High-rises are just going crazy, and in the first 4 months, they've done almost as much as they did all of last year.
That's amazing.
It really is. It's big numbers for verticals and high rises, and then also the luxury market. Same thing. The luxury market is already surpassed in the first 4 months, 9 months of last year's production. They're just they're just blowing every year out of the water. There's huge numbers. This is $1 million and over properties that are just surging off the table. I mean, flying in and flying out. They're just going crazy right now. I said last week when I did this, and I think I want to reiterate that I'm not sure $1 million and over is the right number anymore. We might need to reestablish.
It might be $2 million.
Might
or
have to go to
1.5.
We may have to start setting that number up a little bit higher because of the median, right, Danielle? Because of the median price of homes.
I think you're right. I think maybe
it's starting to get up there.
is a good.
Now, I had one last thing, and this is something that Cynthia brought for us last week. Cynthia Ward brought this in. She calls it the misery index, which I thought was really interesting. It talks about the levels of inflation and unemployment over time. Goes back to 1948. I'm going to put this in with our monthly market update because I thought it was really interesting to see where we stand with inflation and unemployment over time. And right now, we're in pretty good shape, but there's a standing comment from economists that we're due for some inflation, and that's probably coming. So let's kind of brace ourselves for that.
It was released actually today. That today we are at the 13-year high.
For inflation. There it is. Okay. So that's my monthly market update for May of 2021. You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. If you ever have a question about real estate or any of the other topics we cover, just call me off air or text me at 702-203-1165. You can also check us out on the web at lvrealestateradio.com or on our handle on social media at LV Real Estate Radio. We'll meet you on the radio next Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on the new 101.5 FM, 720 a.m. KDWN, the Talk of Las Vegas.